Hey, welcome to Hot Damn Cooking with Timmy. Today we're making fajitas, so we got to get real busy on making the marinade because it does have to marinate for about 6-7 hours. You can go up to 24 hours. This is what you're going to need. I got a quarter cup of oil. I got a quarter cup of water. I got an eighth of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. I got 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. Now, on the dry, I have 2 teaspoons of adobo, 1 teaspoon of garlic, and it's powders, they're not salts. Onion powder, 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of chipotle chili pepper, and then I have 3/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. I have a teaspoon of thyme and oregano mixed. I ran out of bowls, I had to combine it. And here you go, you just combine it. I'm going to combine it in the bowl. I will tell you, you need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of meat. So let me tell you about that. So in almost every recipe you see, they say flank steak. I go with what's on sale. This is top round. To me, I've been using top round a lot. It saved me about $10 in this one recipe. So top round's fine with me. You're going to mix all this up. There is one ingredient I didn't tell you about. Half a lime. You want to put the lime juice in. That's what's going to tenderize the meat over the next 6-7 hours. So I'm just putting in all my ingredients. I'm going to stir it up well. I am going to put it in a bag and put it in the fridge for the 6-7 hours. You can mix the bag around a lot better than you can mix it in the bowl. So. Alright, so if you can come in and look at that, that's the mixture. And that, believe it or not, that's good for about 2 pounds of meat. So I'm going to add my meat and stir it around. But my soy and my lime. So 1 squirt, 2 squirts, 3 squirts, we're done. I'm going to give it a real good stir. I'm going to add my meat. All right. Can you see that in there? All right. Just going to stir it around a little bit. This fajita sauce, it goes a long way. So you see how the meat looks now? When we take it out, 6-7 hours, it's going to be a lot darker. That meat's going to really suck this fajita mix up. So, hey, we'll see you in 6-7 hours. Thanks. All right, it's been about 7 hours. We got our 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds in, 1 3/4 steak. Take a look at this. Can you come on over here? Take a look in there. The steak has pretty much absorbed all the liquid. If you can see, there's not a big liquid puddle down here or anything like that. I want to get into a couple things. While your meat's marinating, you're going to chop up some tomatoes, kind of small, because remember, this is all going to go on a tortilla. Very thin peppers. The other thing I want to tell you about this mix, it's a very strong mix. So if you were to cook this and just eat the steak, it's going to be very powerful, strong marinade. But again, look at all these flavors. You got tomato, onion, sour cream, 2 different kinds of cheeses, lettuce, peppers, all that stuff. So you want a robust marinade to power through all that. It'll all marry together real nice like. Okay, so you're going to need a 10-inch pan for your tortillas. You're going to need a pretty good sized pan for your meat. The other thing you got to know is the meat has sucked up all this fluid. As we cook, that meat is going to release some of this fluid. Your meat will not brown if you don't dump some of the fluid out of the pan. So you're going to see at a certain point, I'm going to take a spoon and get rid of some of that fluid so the meat will brown and it'll be perfect. So I've got the meat. So come on in and take a good look. This is what you're going to have to cut up while the meat's marinating. Cut up time is probably about 15-20 minutes. I don't know. So you want to get an onion. You're going to put a little in your mix, but you're going to put that on your fajita. You're going to chunk up some tomato. Again, I'm going to put a little in the meat mix, but you're going to put some on your fajita. Now, I've got 4 ounces of Monterey Jack and 4 ounces of cheddar here. That's going to be so delicious. I do have a store-bought salsa, and then I have some cut finely romaine lettuce. Okay? And these will all go together, and I'll show you how to put them together and all that stuff. So anyway, let me turn on my pans. We'll be right back with you. Okay, so I'm just going to add the meat to the pan now. The pan is warm. Got a nice little sizzle going on there. I like it. Finally, I got all the meat in there. Okay. So now you're just gonna heat it through. You know, cook it till the meat's brown. But again, I know it looks the way it does now, but in a couple minutes, it's going to release all this fluid. You're going to have way too much fluid. You don't want to boil the meat. You want to, like, you know, saute the meat. And it's just going to take a few minutes to heat. I'm on an electric stove. It's like you got to beg for heat, so I'm begging. Take a sip of my non-sponsored beer here. All right. So just watch it. You don't want to burn it. It's going to take a few minutes to heat. Cook through. With the tortillas, you can see over here I bought tortillas. They're 10-inch tortillas. I think anything smaller is a waste of time and they're hard to fold. I wouldn't play around. Spend the extra time and find a 10-inch tortilla. A flour tortilla, that is. All right, starting to cook. So big kudos to my granddaughter, Jaylene. Again, she is my cameraman. She's my chief editor. She puts a lot of work into these videos. I know when you see them, they just run so smoothly. It looks so easy. Actually, it's a lot of fun filming these. But it's a lot of work and a great deal of editing. We are going to put together a bloopers reel. That should be fun. There might be some cuss words in that. All right. All right, it's cooking. It's still got a couple minutes to go. I say this almost every time. I got an electric stove, and it's they look good. That's about it. I'd much prefer to cook with gas. If you can come in and see, the meat is starting to release all the fluids. I am going to take a scoop or two of that out. Again, I don't want the meat to boil, and I want it to brown properly. And I'll just take one more. If you guys could smell the kitchen, boy, it smells nice. Okay. All right, so I'm calling that done. And time to turn on your pan for your tortilla. You want to get your pan nice and warm. I've got my tortilla all ready. Put that in. Just got to feel it when the tortilla softens up. You'll know it. You know, it's very stiff now and not very rubbery or, you know, not very pliable, I guess the word would be. So we're just going to cook this for a minute on this side, turn it over. You don't want to burn it. Just got to watch it. Just kind of move it with your hand. You got to make sure that all the tortilla is getting warm. When the stove's going really good and we're really moving on this, it's a very quick process. Being that this is the first tortilla, it's taking a little bit of time. We'll be all right. Okay, time for the first fajita. So first thing you add is your meat. You know, a good amount of meat on there. Alright, so there's my meat. I put the cheese right on because I want it to start to melt while the steak's still hot. At this point, this is kind of important. I'm going to put my sour cream on there. If you don't like sour cream, I guess it's not that important, but I like sour cream. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to lay it right next to there. Okay? Once you get that down, now you can spread it kind of nice. That might seem so simple, but it took me years to learn that. Alright, so I'm going to add just a little bit more cheese. I'm going to add some tomato, some lettuce, I'm going to add some salsa, and now for the rolling of this. Alright, so you take a corner, put it in there, come back here. Now this, you kind of pull it in towards you, okay? Tuck it in quite nice. Now, obviously you can see, I roll my fajitas like a burrito. It's just way easier to eat like this. So it's done. We'll be right back with you for a little bit of a moment of truth in the tasting. All right. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. My granddaughter, she's going to take a bite. I'm going to take a bite. Let's see how it goes. That was a big bite. What do you think?
It's really good. Like when you bite into it, you can immediately taste the cheese and sour cream at the same time.
Yeah.
I thought it tastes smooth.
Nice. Fabulous. My first bite was all steak, so that was great. Anyway, please enjoy the recipe. Take a chance and make it. This is my version of fajitas. Please subscribe to our channel. We're going to come out with a lot of great more recipes. And thank you for watching.